Hello, hello, hello. I am Sarah from Crystal Nutrition, and I'm feeling called to come on here today. I want to talk about and dedicate a video to my products. So I create my own products, crystalline salt soaks and sprays. And what I mean by crystalline is that they are infused with crystals. So I make all of these products. I put all the packaging on them. I do all the labels. I ordered the labels, but I package them and I make them. And they're very much made from the heart. I'm very, very passionate about them. And I've never done a video where I just talk about the products. So I'm gonna be going through all the products in this video. I have 10 crystalline sprays and 8 salt soaks. And I'm excited to go through each one and what they do. All of this information is also available on my website, www.crystalnutrition.ca/products. So you can read all about that there if this doesn't interest you or you don't want to sit here and listen to me talk about them. But if you are interested, you can join me because I've released my 10th spray today, Sacred Heart Spray. So I'm gonna go through all of the sprays and yeah, I'm very excited. So thank you for joining me and we will begin. Okay, so we're gonna get started with the sprays. We're gonna go through the sprays first. First and foremost, I think I'm gonna go to the spray that just came out today. So this is the 10th one that came out today. I'm filming this Saturday, April 12th, 2025. So it is a pink full moon in Libra. I didn't even know it was a pink full moon. And you'll see why in a second this was important. So this is the Sacred Heart Healing Spray. You'll see that there's sample stickers. These are just samples that I have in the studio where I sell them. But if you were to obviously order one or get one, you wouldn't have this sticker. So this is the Sacred Heart Healing Spray. I'm not sure if the text is gonna come up backwards on the camera once I post this, but it has floral waters of rose, patchouli, and vanilla. And the little crystals that are inside, I'm hoping you can see them, those are pink amethyst. So they look like rose quartz, but they're actually pink amethyst. And this is I'm just gonna spray it. This is a very soft, loving, divine, feminine spray. I'm calling this spray the mother spray because it has to do with the sacred heart. So the sacred heart chakra, which is at the side, it links with the heart chakra and the higher heart chakra, which is the chakra between the throat and the heart. So it creates like a triangle or a triad of energy. So yeah, it smells really nice. The touch of vanilla in it makes this beautiful amber color. With every item that you purchase, I have these info cards here that you'll get that explain how you can use the spray and the spiritual applications. So there's actually way more for all of these items. There's way more spiritual applications for the sprays than I'm able to fit on the card. So you're welcome to go at any time to my website, crystalnutrition.ca/products, and you can read the full description of the spiritual applications. So this one has to do with mother wound healing and all things mom. So whether you are a mom or if you're dealing with things navigating maybe a challenging relationship with your own mother, your mother wound, some inner child healing related to the mother. Also, if you're navigating difficult relationships with your children, this just has a very mothering, nurturing spray. So you don't necessarily have to be a woman or a mom to be able to gain spiritual benefits or applications from the spray. You can use this spray. Basically, the way I encourage people to engage with these products is if you are feeling called to any of them, you resonate really strongly with one, to just trust your intuition. It means that there's something within the frequency of the spray or the salt soak that is going to be beneficial for you in your energy field at the current time. Now, I also want to say these are crystalline products and I see them as spiritual tools. So do you necessarily need to have a spray or a soak to be able to release these chakras or bring this healing? Absolutely not. We don't need spiritual tools to be able to be spiritual and to do this spiritual work, but they certainly help. And in my opinion, they help. I work with these sprays in my own work and sessions with people and events that I hold. I find them very powerful, and there's a lot of wisdom and knowledge and just like really healing vibrations within all of these products. So for me, it's no different than if you were to work with crystals or work with oracle cards or tarot cards. They are tools that can help us as we navigate life with our spirituality, but they're definitely not being presented as things that are going to solve all of your problems or make your problems go away. That's definitely not what we're doing here. We're working within the energetics of the body with these products, with the plant energy medicines of the floral waters, the essence of the crystal for the sprays, and then I'll tell you more about once we get into the soaks. But with the soaks getting infused with crystals as well, it's the salt crystals take on the properties of the crystals, and it becomes a really cool, just energetic experience. So although you might not be able to get a one-on-one session, or you don't have time, if you're just looking for something to sort of amplify and enhance your spiritual experience, I highly recommend these products. Of course, I'm incredibly biased, but I do actually use these products. I do use the salt soaks, I do use the sprays, and I really believe in them. That's why I'm taking the time to film this and go through all of this with you. So this mother spray is super powerful. Mother template healing. It does so much. There's actually, I counted, there's 50 things, 50 spiritual applications that this spray does. So obviously I'm not gonna go through every single one, but I do encourage you, if you're looking for some divine feminine healing in the realm of mother, your own children, yourself as a mother, this is a really, really gentle, loving spray. It's like a warm hug when you spray it. Like, you just feel, it's so nice. And also the sprays I'm going to add as well, they are attuned to different energies and frequencies and ascended masters, goddesses, etc. So this spray is attuned to Mother Mary energy, Mary Magdalene energy, Holy Fire, Archangel Faith, who's the twin flame of Archangel Michael, and the Miriam. So there's some really, really cool, powerful energy with this spray. Okay, great. So now I'm basically kind of gonna go in alphabetical order to just go through all of these sprays. So the Ancestral Roots spray. So we're starting with the Ancestral Roots, and its floor waters are balsam fir, birch sweet, and oud. And there's a green rutilated quartz in there. So I will say as well, depending on the size of the crystals, like you'll either get one kind of larger size crystal or two smaller size crystals. It really, really depends. And I cleanse all of the crystals before they go into the sprays. And So there's also something to be said about the colors that I choose for the labels. So holding the colors and the frequencies of the label, that also gets infused into the spray. So if you think about all of the components having their own energy, their own frequency, once they merge together in the spray, they all work together and they help to combine. They're more powerful combined. And yeah, it's just a really cool energetic experience. So we're gonna talk about Ancestral Roots. So you could probably tell from the title that this is all about ancestors, your ancestral healing, but also when we have the word roots, we're also talking about like tree healing, family tree healing. It's a very grounded spray as well. So it's attuned to tree medicine, the tree of life, Mother Gaia, and the earth elemental. So if you're doing any ancestral work, this is a really, really good spray. Also, it's coming through kind of as I'm talking, also past life stuff as well, like even your own roots, not just your biological ancestors, but your own ancestral roots from multiple lifetimes that you've had before. This is a very powerful spray for helping to clear that family lineage, clearing the mother's side, the father's side, all of that stuff. And let's see. Oh, actually, that's so interesting. So I'm kind of using my cards because I have so many sprays. I do know what they do and what they are used for, but because there's so many for each one, it's hard for me to remember all of them. But actually, I have on this card past life healing. So there you go. Past life healing facilitation for energy healers and readers or self-healers. Healing any roots or weeds from past life experiences that are no longer serving. Ancestral DNA and RNA healing, integration, balancing, and clearing. And if anyone's just like you, just really having a hard time being here on the earth, and you just really need to get grounded and want to ground your field, your body into the earth, this would be a really good spray for that as well. Okay, so next up we have the Blue Ray Mist. So this spray works with the blue ray, but this spray also works with the throat chakra. So it's all things throat chakra, throat activation, connected with Archangel Ariel, as well as the water elemental. So anybody who has like a really kind of plugged up throat chakra that needs a little bit of release, this is a really good spray for that. And the way that you use these sprays also, by the way, they're all different. It'll come on the card, but so like this one is throat chakra. So I like to spray it sort of around my collarbone, my throat area, but you can also spray it above you. You could spray it in front of you and just walk through the mist too. There's so many different ways, and that like ancestral roots you can spray at your feet to visualize the roots going down into the earth. And you can also just intuitively get creative with it, however you feel called to use the sprays. There's no wrong way to use these sprays. It's whatever you feel called to do. I also want to add, because I forgot to put this in the beginning, so these are stored, their shelf life is a year, and they're stored best just kept out of direct sunlight at room temperature. That's the best way to keep these sprays. And some of the sprays with the floral waters, certain plants are not compatible or animal friendly. So if you do have pets, it'll say on your card if it's not animal friendly, so don't spray them on or around pets. Okay, I think that's everything. We'll get back into the sprays. So highly attuned to the blue ray, water elementals, Archangel Ariel, throat chakra healing. So this is also a really good spray for any energy healers, readers, mediums, anyone who facilitates spiritual communication in any capacity. This really helps you with readings to drop in. It helps to clear your throat chakra, to clear the chakras, to clear the pathway to the divine, so that you are able to communicate more clearly and in a way that the client can understand, in a way that resonates for the client. So this is a really good spray to have if you facilitate readings or any kind of energy healing, because it just sort of fine tunes or sharpens and opens up that throat chakra so the information can drop down and out through the throat chakra, out through your words. It's also useful for anyone who uses their voice a lot. So if you are in a job where you do a lot of public speaking, you have to make a lot of presentations. If you have to make a presentation and you're really nervous, or if you have a kid that is really nervous to do presentations, this is a really good thing to kind of spray around the throat chakra right before the presentation to help give you that boost of confidence and to help open up that throat chakra so that you can have a smoother experience with your presentation. Another thing that this does too, it's really good for like anybody who expresses themselves artistically. So we're talking like musicians, writers, actors, that kind of thing. Anyone who is artistic, if you're having that artistic block, it helps because throat chakra is all about communication. So it's how you communicate your art and your gifts. And it's not always, sometimes it's, with your hands if you're an artist, but the communication chakra is the throat chakra. So if it unblocks that throat chakra, it'll help to flow down the arms and to unblock the hand chakras as well. It just helps to get the creative juices flowing. It's also really good for if you're going to have a difficult conversation with someone, spraying it around yourself. If they're coming over or they're coming into a space and you're there before them, you can spray it in the space before they get there to help set the template and call in energies for conscious communication between both parties, to unblock ear chakras as well. Like it's sort of also like as you're going and spraying around here, it'll unblock the ear chakras so that it's easier for you guys to hear each other, your words, what you're saying, and also to be speaking with conscious communication. Now, there's always free will. So just because you spray this spray, it doesn't mean that, it's gonna control the outcome, or we can't control somebody else's reaction or how they react. But you can use this spray to help set the energetic template, to call that in, to set the intention, and then you just have to leave it up to however it's gonna flow. But it does help to shift the energy or the frequencies around the space around you before the conversation. And I mean, if the person's open, you can spray them too. You can spray both of you before you have the conversation. All right, moving on. This is the OG spray. So this is the Energy Reset Spray. This is the first spray, actually first product that I ever came out with. So I came out with this before I even started doing the salt soaks. So the Energy Reset Spray, oh, I just realized, sorry, I didn't say what was in this. This is bluegrass, jasmine, and lily floral waters, and aquamarine crystal. So that's what you get, either 1 or 2, depending on the size. So for the Energy Reset Spray, our floral waters are blue lotus, rosemary, and clary sage. And it's a nice lavender purple color. And then there are some little amethyst crystals inside. So this is the OG spray that I created. This is like I feel like if you're interested in these sprays and you don't know where to start and you're not sure, you're not really feeling intuitively called to anything, but you just know that you would like one, I would start with this one, because this one, it does exactly what's in its name. And the blue, like the 3 smells together with the floral waters smell amazing. The scents on these sprays also, by the way, are very gentle. They're not like super harsh or perfumey. It's just like a really subtle, gentle smell. And yeah, the blue lotus smell for me smells amazing. It smells really good. And it does what its name says. It resets the energy. So Energy Reset Spray, you can spray it in your room, you can spray it on yourself, around your aura. I tell people too, like you could keep it in your purse with you if you carry a purse, or in your car in like the glove compartment if you want. Just make sure it's like, you know, really closed, or in like, you know, between the seats there, the little storage. You could spray yourself before work, after work, before you go into a public space, after you go into a public space, if you're going somewhere really busy or like a party or an event or something. It really helps to just, it resets and it clears your whole field. It balances your whole field. It just resets the energy. It's like a little energetic adjustment, and it clears the space. You can also use this to cleanse your crystals. You could, like, I wouldn't go right up to the crystal and completely saturate it, but you could hold the crystal like here, or spray it a little and then run it through the mist just like that. So it'll cleanse. It's really good for cleansing, especially with that clary sage component. And the reason for that, which is really good, the reason why it's really good that it's in a spray is sometimes your places, especially, you know, if you're facilitating, you facilitate sound baths or events, or you want to cleanse the people that are coming. Some spaces that you're renting, they're not into smoke. They're not into, you know, sacred smudge smoke. If you're using sage or Palo Santo, they're not into incense, that kind of thing. So this is also a really good alternative. You could bring it into the space, but because it's a gentle smell, it doesn't like linger, it doesn't saturate the entire space. And also with all of these sprays, you only need like 1 to 2 sprays per use, if that. Like 1 is plenty. It'll go where it needs to go to heal what it needs to heal, because that intention is set with them when I mix them, when I create them. So yeah, so you don't have to like over spray unless you want to, but I like 1 or 2 sprays max is totally fine. Yeah, so I'm just reading my little card here. Yeah, so spray before and after channeling or energy work to clear the field, and you can use it to call in energetic grounding and protection with your guides. It helps to just really clear that space before readings, after readings, sessions, etc. Aids with connection to the higher self and anchors you into the field of neutrality consciousness. So keeping yourself neutral, not really getting super reactive or fear-based or any of those things. It helps you to just reset. It's the perfect name for this spray. Can energetically cleanse your aura space, car, crystals, other objects that you're clearing. It also cleanses and purifies the crown. So the crown and the third eye chakras, which makes for an excellent tool for clearing the mind so we can see clearly. So if you're having a hard time navigating a situation or trying to get discernment on a situation or trying to make a decision, cleansing sort of around here, you just wait, let the mist just gently cascade down. Doing it that way, it helps to open up these chakras and drop you into that neutrality, drop you into your center with a clear field and a clear mind. And then it's a lot easier for you to discern or make decisions or weigh the pros and cons, to really helps you to really see a situation for what it is. Okay, so that's the energy reset spray. So then next we have the Harmonic Heart Spray. So Harmonic Heart Spray is ylang ylang, sandalwood, linden blossom floral waters, as well as a green aventurine crystal, 1 or 2 depending on size. I'm hoping that that you're going to be able to see this on the camera. So this one is also its namesake. You can spray it above the crown, but harmonic heart, right? We're dealing with heart chakra healing. So across the chest or right in that heart center, connected with the emerald ray, the frequency of the emerald ray. So this is a really powerful heart chakra healer and opener. It connects with the emerald ray, like I just said, but also Archangel Gabriel. So this is wonderful for heart healing. Anybody navigating grief or a broken heart as well. So energetically, grief can sit in the lungs and it's like close to the heart area. If there's a heaviness in the heart and we're working on that heart chakra opening, heart chakra clearing, this is a really wonderful spray for this. Another thing that this spray is really good for is all my mediums. So if you practice mediumship or you give mediumship readings to people, the Harmonic Heart Spray, spraying it around that heart center before a reading, even during a reading, it really helps you to drop into the frequency of love that's needed for mediumship. So it'll drop you down right into your heart and it'll clear the heart, and then it comes back up out through that throat chakra, so you can facilitate that communication, and it can help to make that communication a little bit sharper and clearer for the mediumship that you are facilitating, for the energies that you're facilitating with. So I'm just reading my card and making sure I'm not forgetting anything. Like I said, this is not all the stuff that these sprays can do, so please check out the website if you want to find out more about their metaphysical properties. Valuable tool for mediumship, helps mediums drop into the heart space and facilitate readings from there. Harmonizes divine feminine and divine masculine energies, yin and yang, supports ancestral heart, lineage, and family tree healing. So this is just like this one. This is also, so these are both, they can both be used or worked with, I should say, for ancestral healing, but this one is really related to ancestral healing in the heart and the heart line. So any pain or grief or hardship that was really weighed on through the heart of the ancestors and got passed down to you intentionally or unintentionally, subconsciously or subconsciously, it helps to clear and release those energies. Calls in clarity for matters of the heart, healing frequencies for self-love, and also inner child healing. So inner child healing through that heart space with Archangel Gabriel. This is a really wonderful spray for that as well. Okay, so next on the docket, we have the Magenta Ray Mist. So Magenta Ray Mist, this is one of the newer ones that has come out. This came out last year, towards the end of last year. I want to say around September last year. So this one has marigold, honeysuckle, and manuka floral waters, as well as a little rose quartz, 1 or 2. So this is a really powerful spray. This spray deals with all things physical, body, healing, and illness. So remember what I said before, like these sprays are used to work with the energy field. They're not claiming to like totally magically get rid of all of your problems, but it works with the subtle energetics of the field, of the aura of the body. And as we all know, our thoughts and our energy, things start energetically in the field before they manifest to the physical. So to have tools that we can work with that can help with the subtle energetics of the body and help to start shifting that can start to help shift things in the physical body. So with this spray, just like all of them, you can spray it above your crown, let it cascade down into your aura, into your field, going where it needs to go, healing what it needs to heal. You can also spray this spray around joints or areas of the body that need physical healing. So if you've got like a creaky knee or ankle or elbow, you can just sort of, just to get that, like I said, in the aura, right? The aura, the energetics of the joint or the elbow. It starts to make things, get things flowing, get things moving and grooving from an energetic point of view. So this spray is really ideal for caregivers, healthcare workers, shamans, healers, and any spaces where there's an accumulation of illness or sickness energy. So if you work in a hospital or you have like a loved one in the hospital and you're going there a lot, this is a really good, just sort of like cleansing, purifying of sickness, illness energy, sort of like antibacterial, antimicrobial, but on an energy and on an energetic level, cleansing that in the field. So this one is attuned to obviously the Magenta Ray, Archangel Metatron, who I work with for physical body healing and psychic surgery healing. So Archangel Metatron is very highly connected with this spray, as well as Commander Ashtar, Soul Star Chakra, and Stellar Gateway Chakra, which are the two chakras above the crown, healing. So it's a pretty high frequency spray, but it also deals with the actual like physical body pain, sickness, illness, that kind of thing. So I have here as well, promote cellular balance and regeneration in the body after invasive surgeries or procedures. So chemo, radiation, laser. So any sort of invasive procedure that you want to help kind of reset your field, reset the body and the field together. This is a really good spray. And it also, you know, the ingredients, marigold, honeysuckle, and manuka, it creates, it's gold, right? So a golden frequency of gold, like a golden liquid honey energy, and gold is one of the highest colors we can work with, highest frequency colors we can work with when it comes to healing. So that's why this is really, really quite the spray when it comes to bringing healing into the body. So I also have this, one of the uses, for shamanic healing. So it releases energy cords of attachment and illness in the energy body to help facilitate a smooth end-of-life transition for the terminally ill. So it purifies the field before the soul leaves the body. So if you are a death doula, or you're even someone you know personally who, you know, is terminally ill, it helps to set the field if you're going to be with them before they pass. And obviously that's a really delicate subject, and that's not something that you're gonna know all the time. But if somebody, it's like a hospice situation, that kind of thing. But it's really important that we respect other people's religious beliefs. I wouldn't just go in there guns blazing with the spray, start spraying everything. We really want to get energetic consent and spiritual consent to see if it's okay to do it. Like if you can ask them yourself, that's great. If you know that they're kind of would be open to something like this, or some different kind of energy work for their field and their body, that would be great. But if you're unsure, I would, if you're able to, if you feel connected enough, and I feel like whoever is watching this and is really into this spray and listening right now, I just feel like if you get into a meditation and you ask for permission, you call on your angels and guides, you ask for your grounding, your protection, you ask for permission to connect with the higher self of the person, and then you ask if it's okay if you were to use this spray, or to spray the spray like around them or just around the room that they're in, and then wait and see what you get. And you have to honor a no. Don't play with it. Don't and ha, like just go with the first answer that you get, yes or no. And you have to honor that, because someone's no is their no. So it's really important that for that kind of thing, spiritual consent, like we're asking permission before we do that, because we don't want to just go in and dump our beliefs on other people. We want to be super, super respectful in all phases of life of other people's beliefs and what they're comfortable with. But if you are, if you do shamanic healing, or if you're going, you know, you work in a hospice and you want to clear the room after someone has passed before the next person comes in, this would be a really wonderful spray for that. And also, I forgot to say about the Magenta Ray, you can also spray it into your hand chakras. Healers can spray it into their hand chakras before facilitating psychic surgery. Okay, so next up we have the Reiki Ray Mist. So you'll see there's little chakra ray symbols here. So this is attuned to Usui Reiki symbols because that is the line or the type of Reiki that I have taken, that I've got attuned to. I'm a Usui Reiki master teacher. So I'm attuned to all of the symbols. So for me, that's what this spray is attuned to. Now, if you do a different branch of Reiki, if you do Karuna Reiki or another type of Reiki, can you still use this spray? Absolutely. It has the Reiki energy in it, so it'll work for you. Also, if you are, this is attuned to all of the symbols up to master teacher, but if you are a Reiki level 1, you have no plans to get level 2 or 3, or you don't want to go any further than that, or if you're level 2, level 3, whatever level of Reiki that you are, this spray will work with you because it's attuned to all of the symbols. So whatever you're attuned to, it'll be a match. Now, if you're not attuned to Reiki, can you still get this spray? Absolutely, you can. It holds Reiki energy, but it will respond a lot better. I feel it just works better or clearer for people that are already attuned to the Reiki. But it is an excellent spray and it does hold Reiki energy and yeah, so you can get it if you feel really called to. It's not like there's no hard set rules on this stuff. You have to go with your intuition, but it is a little bit clearer, a little bit sharper, a little bit stronger. And it will work with you better if you are attuned to Reiki. So you want to spray this, oh wait, I didn't say what was in it. So it's white lotus, cedarwood, chamomile floral waters, and clear rutile quartz. So rutile quartz always has a little bit of lines in it. I'm not sure if you can see that. So what you want to do is spray it into your palms. If you are attuned to Reiki, you facilitate Reiki for other people, spray it into your palms. You can draw the symbols on your palm right before you put it on the body. You could also spray the area where you're going to be sending the Reiki with the spray. It's totally up to you and your intuitive flair and style. As long as you set the intention with any of these products, you set the intention for the highest good and let the healing go where it needs to go, they will work with you for sure. So for master teachers that can do attunements, you can use this spray as well. It can be incorporated into your Reiki attunements. So when you're doing the attunements, you can spray this above their crown. It can cascade down their entire field. It can cascade down their back, down their spine. And you will visualize the whatever symbols you're attuning them to, level 1, 2, 3, or master. You can visualize that, putting that, or even drawing it in the air on their spine as the spray goes down their body. You can also just spray down their body as well. Let's see if I'm missing anything here. It works for distance healing. You can write the recipient's name on a piece of paper, spray it with the energy spray. All of these items too, they're great for altars. If you do altars in your home, or you're setting up altars, or you're doing distance healing, just putting the energy of the vibration of having that frequency included in your altar is very beneficial, and it will have really nice energetic benefits. Okay, what else? Cleanses, clears, upgrades, and purifies the 12 chakra system. So it's really, really strong at just sort of whoosh, bringing that all up. And it's excellent for clearing energy of busy spaces, especially kids' rooms. It's also good if you are studying or a student, or good for students to help with focusing. It's a really good spray for that. And like I said, if you're not Reiki attuned, you can still use this spray, but it will work better for you if you have Reiki. There's almost a little bit, they're showing me there would be a little bit of a disconnect because you're not attuned to it, but I don't know, it's a little bit I'm also being shown it's a little bit of a gray area, actually, to be honest. So I don't know. I think if you just feel drawn to this, but you don't have any Usui Reiki attunements, but you just, something about this spray is really calling you, that you should honor that. And if you're not, or you're kind of iffy about getting it because you don't have Reiki, then you don't have to get it, no problem. I also want to add for this spray for all of my Reiki teachers or facilitators, you can spray this spray in your space, in your treatment area, whether it's your home or you rent a space. You can spray it in that space to help set the space, spray it on the walls, the floor, the ceiling. So you're putting the Reiki symbols all over the room to set the space before the client comes in. Okay, so next on the docket, we have the Reiki Ray Mist. So Reiki Ray Mist is helichrysum, bergamot, and neroli floral waters, and a red aventurine crystal, and it's a ruby red label. So this spray, again, you can spray around you. You could also spray behind you, the base of the spine, the root chakra, because this spray is all about the root chakra. It's all about fire energy. It gets the chi flowing. Yeah, it's a really powerful fire spray, but root chakra spray. So it's highly attuned to the red ray or the ruby ray, fire elementals, Archangel Michael, Kalima, and root chakra healing. Helps to transmute fears into wholeness, burning them away with the energies of the holy fire, and Kalima calls in frequencies of courage and bravery in times of distress. So if you're doing something that is absolutely terrifying you, but you're doing it anyways, you're walking the walk, talking the talk, but you're a little bit fearful, this is the spray that's going to help you work through that, to transmute that, and help you to call on your inner reserves, that inner fire, that inner grit that we all have, to help you get through that time. It also activates and amplifies the chi in the body, so the chi energy, the fire energy, just getting that flowing. And it's also connected to phoenix energy, so helping those if you're in a transitional phase of your life, you're experiencing a lot of endings and a lot of like uncertainty. It helps you to burn it all down and rise from the ashes, metaphorically speaking, energetically speaking. There's energies of rebirth, renewal, and emergence. It also helps to fuel the fire of new passion, new ideas, creation, creativity. So this is a really like fiery spray. If you have a lot of water in your chart, or a lot of, I don't know, that just came through. If you have a lot of water in your chart, meaning your birth chart, and you need to balance your fire energy or have more fire energy, you can place this on here too. You can also place these on your astrological chart. You can print it out. And if there's like certain areas where like there's not a lot of water, there's not a lot, like you need to call in balance. Like, so like the blue ray mist is like the water spray, right? This is like the fire spray. This is like the earth spray. I don't think I have an air spray yet, but I'm still, yeah. I'm like looking at all these sprays, I'm like, no, none of these are air element yet. So that's still to come, because I am still creating more sprays. So yeah, so that is our ruby spray. Okie dokie. Let's go. So we've got 2 more left for the sprays. Thank you so much. If you are interested in any of these products and you've been watching this so far, thank you so much for taking the time to watch all this. I really appreciate that. Okay, so we're gonna go to Sacred Trinity spray. So Sacred Trinity, so you'll notice pretty much all of the other floral waters have 3 different floral waters in them and 1 crystal. This is the only spray that has 2 floral waters and 1 crystal, because it's the Trinity, right? So I wanted there to only be 3 components. So this has frankincense and myrrh floral waters, as well as a little golden tiger's eye, and a gold, obviously a gold label. So this one is super divine masculine, Christ consciousness. You'll notice like there's a little bit of a homage or shout out to like the 3 wise men, right? Like the frankincense, gold, and myrrh. So the gold component being the golden tiger's eye, also the golden label. So there's gold energy, a lot of gold energy in this spray. And if you remember earlier, I was saying that gold is one of the highest frequencies or colors that we can work with. So here you go. This spray is super, super grounded. It's highly attuned to Christ consciousness, the golden ray, divine masculine, and sun energy. So sun, father, sun, mother, moon, right? So the sun is more masculine energy. So this is attuned to that. Excellent for grounding and anchoring into your energy field. Aids in overcoming perceived difficult obstacles, situations, or spiritual blocks, allowing the truth of the situation to filter through. Encourages support by helping with self-doubt, self-confidence, self-trust, and self-esteem. Supports balancing of the earth star, root, sacral, and solar plexus chakras. So like the lower chakras, but especially that like solar plexus with like confidence and self-esteem. This is a wonderful spray for children as well, because I find children and animals, they're so pure, their energies are so pure and they're so strong. And it's like, when they come in, it's like, it's not a clean slate, but it is, you know, past life karma, whatever, but their energy is just so pure. And so is the Christ consciousness energy. So this is a wonderful energy for children, as comfort for children, you know, keep it on their night table. It helps to balance divine masculine. So if you're working on your divine masculine or that right side of the body, this would be a really good spray for that as well. All right. Last but certainly not least, so we had a divine masculine spray. We have a divine feminine spray called Silver Moon Mist. Now, if you'll remember, the first spray I showed you, the one that came out today, is the Sacred Heart Healing. So these are both divine feminine, but this one, the Sacred Heart, is more about divine feminine in terms of mother line, mother energy, mother wound, mother healing, that nurturing energy. Whereas this one, the Silver Moon Mist, is divine feminine healing, but connected with the moon. So we're gonna go through it. We're gonna explain what this does. So this has eucalyptus, cypress, and lavender floral waters, as well as 2 little itty bitty moonstones that are in here. So this energy is, of course, highly attuned to the moon, divine feminine energies, and the diamond ray. So working with the diamond ray, that's a really high frequency color to be visualizing in your field. Diamond, you know, like diamonds sparkle, right? Diamond energy sparkles and it cleanses and it purifies. So it's a really lovely energy to work with. So this, you know, you've got eucalyptus, cypress, and lavender. The energies just of that alone, as well with the moonstone, like they all work so well together. Super calming, super chill, super relaxed. So this can be used to help one relax, to soothe, to slow down and surrender to what is. It aids with patience and navigating transitional periods. So we talked about the ruby ray for transitional periods, the phoenix energy, just burn it all to the ground and let's start over and let's rise from the ashes, fire energy. But this one is cooling energy. Cooling, cool, calm, collected, helps you with patience, helps to bring in more of a softer energy with the transitional periods. And you do need a bit of both, right? You need that fire energy to help get things moving, to shift, to transmute. But this diamond ray energy, this moon energy with the cycles and the shifting, it helps you to be a little bit more balanced and come into a calmer sense of self and knowingness. So we do need both energies, and we kind of will go back and forth between and rely on different energies for transitional periods. It helps to have a little bit of both. You could also spray this on your pillow or your child's pillow before you go to sleep. It helps with falling asleep, but it also helps with nightmares. So it helps to set the field at night. So if you or your kid is experiencing nightmares or night terrors, this helps to really set the field. And it also helps to set the field just when you sleep, so you're not getting too influenced, I want to say, or too much in the astral field, or like there's too many things like if you're just really busy at night and you're remembering all your dreams and you just want to, this is great. I had one client, I wonder if she's gonna watch this. She bought this for herself, and I think she bought it for her mom, and she's going, what did you put in the spray? She's like, I sprayed it on the pillow. She goes, and I just passed right out. Like, she's like, I not blacked out, but had like a really deep sleep after this. So try it, see if that helps to kind of set your field and how it helps you with your sleep or helps your energy field get set before bedtime. It can also be used during full or new moon rituals and added to your altar, or, if you do circles, or if you're doing a moon circle, you set up an altar in your home for the moon, like whatever anything that you do for moon, like this is just a really good addition to have. It's a good spiritual tool for moon work or moon magic work, moon spell work. It also connects with frequencies of fertility and creation. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, sometimes when you say fertility, people think automatically it means having kids, but fertility could just be anything calling in any new energies. So energies like if you want, you're trying to have a child, you want to call in fertility that way, fine. But fertility could also be new ideas, a new business, you're calling in a new place to live, just birthing something new or having something new get birthed into your reality. That's what the fertility energy is with this spray. Okay, so that concludes all of our sprays. Now we're gonna go through our soaks. Okay, so now we're gonna go through all of the salt soaks. There's 8 types of salt soaks, but just as a baseline, all of these salt soaks have the same base. So they have Dead Sea salt, Epsom salt, and Namak, which is also known as rock salt. So that's a type of salt used in Ayurveda. And that salt is supposed to be, they say it has some of the highest nutrients, and salt, one of the best salts you can get. You can use it on food. It's like a very fine powder, but I mix it into these salts for bath salts, for salt soaks. And yeah, so they are crystalline salt soaks. And the reason why I use that word, crystalline sprays, crystalline salt soaks, is because there is a crystal component to them, right? So crystal healing, crystal energy, crystal nutrition, crystalline products. There's actual crystals in the spray, and then there's a crystal component to these salt soaks. So all of these salt soaks have the same base, and a couple of them will have pink Himalayan salt in them as well, and one of them has black Hawaiian sea salt. So, but they all have that base of those same 3 salts. And then I use essential oils, dried flowers, and dried fruit powders to mix into them. So it's the same thing as the sprays, that the vibration of the plant medicines from these flowers, from these dried fruit powder, like the fruit and the vegetable powders also have their own energy, right? Like the food has its own energy. So not only are these really good quality salt soaks, but there's an energetic component to what's being offered. And the crystalline component, so what I do is I have this base mix, and then I have all these different containers that are labeled for the different types of salt soaks. And each different salt soak is infused energetically with a different type of crystal. So for example, we're gonna start with abundance. So I'm gonna go in alphabetical order. So this is the abundance salt soak, and all of them come in this glass jar with this bamboo lid. Okay, so this one is energetically infused with citrine. So what I'll do is I'll make the batch. So I've got my salt mix, right? My Namak, my Dead Sea salt, my Epsom salt, and then I'll add, so this one has calendula, organic calendula petals, ripe mango fruit powder, lemon peel powder, and organic lemon essential oil. So there's a strong like yellow solar plexus theme, and it is citrine infused. So I'll mix all those things together, and then I have like these chunks of crystals. They're like probably all around like this size, like a medium handheld size. So I'll put that chunk of citrine in the salt mix with all of the plants and everything that I just listed, and I'll cover it. And I call this curing. This is like a shout out to my previous like chef cooking days. But it like cures, I'm curing it. So it'll go in this container, and I infuse it with Reiki, and I do an energy ritual, and I place my hands over it. So the energy, like we're thinking of this as an energy, right? So the energy, the frequency that the crystal holds itself gets infused into the salt mix. And salt is a crystal too, right? So the energy of the citrine crystal gets infused into the salt crystals and the florals component and the essential oil component. So it's like this beautiful merging of energies, and it's for a minimum of 2 days, and I'll cover it with the lid, and I store it in a dark, cool place. So it's like infusing, it's curing there in the dark. I'll take it out, I take the crystal out, I give it a wash, I give it a cleanse, I say thank you, I cleanse the crystals before I put them in as well, and then I put it back on my shelf. I have a little shelf where I keep the crystals for the salt soaks, and then I'll package them up. So you don't actually get a physical crystal in here, but the crystals are infused. So there's an extra step to prepping these materials, and each of these has its own description that you can find on the website, saying that like what it does, the energetic components. So the abundance is all about calling in abundance, right? Working on the solar plexus chakra, but also the sacral chakra. Like there's so many cool things that they do. And you can use, so that all of the labels say 1/4 cup of salt for each salt soak, but it's up to your discretion. I like a lot of salt in my salt bath, so I definitely use more than 1/4 cup, but you can get multiple baths out of one. Also, if you do not have a bathtub, or you're just like baths are not your thing, you can also use these as a hand chakra or a foot chakra soak, and visualize the energy going up through your hands or up through your feet, and going that way. Okay, so next we have Amethyst. So it's that same blend of salt soak. This one has acai berry fruit powder, as well as lavender and a little bit of the pink Himalayan salt and lavender essential oil. So this one is like third eye, crown chakra, chilling out, right? We have the lavender. Lavender is super soothing, super calming. The violet ray helps to ease an overactive mind, aids strengthening connection to the higher self, spiritual support, and higher realms. So this one's a really cool one too. All right, so we have the Divine Love Salt Soak. So this is that same base blend of salt, those 3 salts I talked about, also pink Himalayan salts. And then we also have dried Bulgarian rose petals, dried hibiscus flowers, and rose essential oil. So this one is all about, it's in its name, divine love. So divine love, frequencies, heart chakra healing, promotes love energy in all relationships, but especially the one we have with ourselves. Aids with heart chakra healing and harmony. So this is a really nice, beautiful one. This is a popular one around Valentine's Day, I guess because, you know, love and roses, love is in the air, but it's great year round. Okay, next we have the Energy Protection Soak. So this one is with that same salt mix blend, but this one also has black Hawaiian sea salt in it. And this is, oh, sorry, you know what, I forgot. I didn't say the crystal. The crystal for this is rose quartz. This is rose quartz infused for the divine love. Okay, so this is black tourmaline infused with the black Hawaiian sea salt. And for the herbs, I have dried nettle and dried hyssop and sage essential oil. So very protective herbs used in like protection rituals and grounding, protecting, purifying. Energy protection soak helps to purify the energy field from any lower level frequencies, as well as strengthening energetic protection of the aura. Can also use to sprinkle lightly in and around areas of the home if you wish to energetically cleanse your space. So you could just like a little bit between, you know, if you're sharing space with others, you have your own room, just like the tiniest little pinch along your doorway to just help seal the field. If you're doing a house cleansing and you're like removing negative energy from the home, after you cleanse the home, you can put a little bit of this in a bowl and go around the property line and just do it with salt as well. I'm also getting you can do it around your car as well. And again, you don't have to like dump a whole circle of salt, just like the tiniest little pinch. Don't even have to be able to see it, but the energy of this is super, super strong and cleansing and grounding and purifying. And the way also to work with these, if you are gonna take a bath, this is all in the little info card that you're gonna get. So it's the same info card for all of the salt soaks because it's pretty general on how to use them, but then you can just read the label for exactly what they do. But yeah, so if you're using it, you can light a candle, burn some, you know, some smoke, some cleansing herbs, kind of set the space, put on some relaxing music or meditation music. And if you're having a bath, okay, even if you're doing the hand and foot thing, soak, set your intention regardless of whatever salt soak you get. Set your intention for what you want to call in, what you want to release, what's no longer serving you, what you want to heal. And then you're gonna soak in the water with the sacred salt crystals, crystalline infused salt mix, the plant medicines, the essential oils, just like this beautiful, and it's so much more than just a relaxing bath with high quality ingredients. It's also just an energetic bath. It's an energetic experience. as long as you feel like, you don't have to stay in there forever, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But I would say at least 20 minutes to really let it kind of work through your body. Salt is also a natural, like, it pulls out energy, not just the energy protection, so any of these, but the salt purifies negative energy. So you really want to sit in these baths with these ingredients to help them to just pull out any negative energy, anything that's no longer serving you. And then when you're ready, pull the plug or empty the bowl. If you're doing a hand or a foot chakra, right, you can do the same thing while you're there and soaking and setting your intention. Now, when you dump the water down the drain or when you unplug the tub, I want you, if you're in the tub, to stay in the tub with your feet on the bottom of the tub, so your knees will be up. And as the water is going down the drain, I want you to visualize the water, because water is a carrier, right? It's a transmitter too. The water and the salt, so the salt has extracted the negative energy and the water is carrying it, and visualize it flowing down the drain. So visualize whatever is no longer serving you, what you like to clear, being pulled down the drain and released from your body. And then what I always say at the end of each bath is I thank the salt, the earth element. I thank the fire, the candle element, because I always have a candle going for a bath. I thank the plant medicine energies. I thank the smoke from sacred herbs for the air. See the water, earth, air, ether, just the space that I'm in. Thank you for being there. And the fire, fire, candle, I said. So I thank all of the elements. And then, and you just let it go down the drain. And what you'd like to do too, what you can do if you don't like the idea of like, oh, you're sending all that energy down the drain, like it's kind of going into the earth. Know that the salt is purifying it, first of all, and transmuting it. But an extra step you can do just for some gratitude and to help so you're kind of giving back, is you can also follow that up by sending with your third eye, visualizing golden light going down the drain and purifying, like, like the pipes and the water system and everything, and sending that back into the earth, cleansed. So you could also cleanse the energy and then send it down, if that makes sense. And then you're just so refreshed. It is really cool to have a bath with these. Obviously I'm very biased because I make them and I sell them, but like I said, I actually use these products, like I love them. And it's so interesting to have a bath with these salts and to visual, like it's such an experience. To me, it's very similar to if I was to go to like a sound ceremony or to receive a healing session of some sort. It's cool. Okay, so next up we have Mystic Moon. So this is the only one where I've actually added extra graphics to, but I really wanted to get the cycles and the phases of the moons. So this is your classic blend of those 3 salts, but there's also lavender in this one, as well as, I'll show you the back, here we go. Jasmine flowers, white willow bark powder. So you'll see, probably can't see on the camera, but there are little flecks of brown in here. That kind of look like a vanilla bean. So those are white willow bark powder, and then rosemary essential oil. So this one is all about the moon. And if you're like super into the moon, or like these make great gifts too, right? But you could get a silver moon mist and a mystic moon soak. Like there you go. Like so cool. Here we go, energetically attuned to the cycles of the moon, especially potent during full and new moons, helps one to release what no longer serves, call in what is in alignment, soothing to use during monthly moon time cycle as well. So there you go. Whew. All right, we're almost there on our third last one. Thank you so much for watching. If you've been watching this whole thing, thank you so much, because it does take, there are quite a bit of products and there's quite a bit of nuance to them in detail. So if you've been watching all this, I truly appreciate your time and following along, and I'm so glad that this is resonating for you. So thank you. Okay, so this is the nervous system reset one. So your classic salt mix base, and this is, oh sorry, I did not say this one, the selenite. This is infused with selenite. That's the crystal component. Selenite, the moon, cleansing, clearing, See, they all tie in together so beautifully. So this one is infused with 2 crystals. It is the only one in the collection that has 2 crystals in the infusion process, the energy infusion process. So this is with green aventurine and tree agate. So nervous system reset soak, and it also has organic dried lemon balm, organic spirulina, eucalyptus, and lemongrass essential oil. So 2 essential oils as well. This one does exactly what it says. It helps to calm the nervous system and promote relaxation, helps to bring energetic balance to all circulatory systems, including the heart space, connect back to your roots, and provide comfort to your vessel by indulging in this sacred infused blend. Yeah, so this is great if you need to chill out. If you're really stressed, or if you're gonna buy this for someone who's super stressed, this is a really good like circulatory system. Sorry about that. My phone just told me I had no memory left, so I had to go in and delete it. Okay, so this is a really good chilling out nervous system reset versus the Amethyst one is more about calmness, tranquility for mental stress, mental overload, like, you know, third eye, crown chakra overuse. That's what that one is really good for. But the nervous system is more like heart-based, circulatory, just allowing the nervous system to chill. Okay, second last, we have the Sacral Goddess Soak. So this one is that classic salt base blend, and it is infused with orange calcite, by the way. That's the crystal, as well as organic calendula petals, carrot powder, orange, and grapefruit essential oils. So this one is very sacral, chakra, womb cleansing, deep feminine healing, code healing. Oh, just gorgeousness. So something that I want to put side by side too would be Sacred Heart Healing and Sacred Goddess Soak. This is like an ultimate divine feminine goddess healing energy. Helps to align with divine feminine frequencies for energetic womb healing, activates the sacral chakra, helping to remove energetic blocks, enhances connection with creativity, passion, and sensuality, amplifies intentions to plant seeds of fertility in all areas of life. So this is a really nice divine feminine soak. And last but certainly not least, we have the Speak Your Truth Salt Soak. So this one is all about the throat chakra and speaking your truth. This is infused with blue kyanite, which is really well known for its capabilities of throat chakra opening, healing, and balancing. So it's infused energetically with the blue kyanite. So it's that classic blend of salt, as well as butterfly pea flowers, which are like, it's hard to see these flowers. Also like open ones so you can see, like it's hard to tip, but yeah, so they look like that. Blue spirulina, which is where you get that nice blue. I don't know if it's showing up very well in this lighting, but it's like a soft blue color. And blue lotus attar, which is sort of like a thick, like kind of like a perfume, but I drop it in and I mix it in with the salt. So yeah, because blue lotus is also in the energy reset spray. So blue lotus is a really powerful spiritual aid and healer. So Speak Your Truth is all about throat chakra balancing and healing, encouraging to speak your truth. If you have an overactive throat chakra, this would be like the throat chakra combo, by the way, to get someone or yourself. Blue Ray Mist and the Speak Your Truth. Both of them, even if you have an overactive throat chakra, helps to soothe it, conscious communication, kind communication, that kind of thing. Connects to frequencies of healthy boundaries and harmony of the self. So there you go. These are all of the products that I make. Thank you so much for watching this with me. Yeah, I really look forward to answering any questions. If anyone has any questions about any products, they can email me. All of my products are available on my website, crystalnutrition.ca/products. The website, the way that my website is set up, it only allows me to set it up for shipping throughout Canada because that's where I live. However, if you are outside of Canada and you are interested in any of these products, please reach out via email. If you send me your address, you tell me what products that you want, I can also do an estimate for shipping. I can weigh the package for you, tell you how much shipping would be, and then you can go from there and and decide if that's something that you want to move forward with. Yeah, I think that's everything. I did not mention the price of $30. So all of the sprays are $30 each, and all of the soaks are $30 each, $30 Canadian, and there's no tax on top of that at the moment of me filming this video. Will that change at some point? Maybe, but as of right now, it's just $30 flat. Yeah, it could be ordered online, it can be purchased in Etobicoke at Colored Soul Yoga and Wellness, or it could be purchased in Oakville if you live in Ontario at Akasha's Den, which is a wonderful metaphysical store. They have lots of other goodies that are there as well. So yeah, $30, Salt Soaks, Crystalline Sprays. Thank you so much for joining me and coming along for this video. Thank you very much, and yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will catch you next time. Ciao!